How are you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hello, if you're just joining the class, give a like and give a thumbs up. Okay? All right. So without so much and further ado, we'll just go straight into the class. So we are continuing from where we stopped the last tutorial. So in the last tutorial, in the last live tutorial, we learned we are making a dress, a design, okay, which you all have seen. Okay, if you were not in the last live class, okay, check the channel. You will see a video that says how to cut a skirt or a dress with hip and butt allocation. Okay, we also taught how to close a dart. So in that class, so having known that we are making a dress, we are making a dress with illusion yoke. Okay, so we are taking it bit by bit. In making a dress, you need the bottom panel, which is the skirt, you need the upper panel, and then this one has an illusion jacket, an illusion or a yoke jacket. Okay, so we are taking it bit by bit. We have drafted the bottom panel, which is the skirt. We learned how to do the drafting. We learned how to allocate hip and butt to our dress or our skirt. We also learned how to close our darts on our skirt. So when you see some dresses that does not have darts, it does not mean that I'm sorry about the call, guys. It doesn't mean that the dress did not come with that. It means that at the at the point when they were drafting, okay, they eliminate. Who is this person? Can this person just stop calling? Okay, guys, so sorry about that. So I was saying that at the point when they drafted the skirt, they had eliminated the darts. Okay, they eliminated the darts. They closed the darts. That is why you cannot see dart lines on the skirts. It does not mean that they did not, include that at the point of drafting. So in that tutorial, you will see everything. If you have not seen that tutorial, please watch. Is on the channel. Okay, watch. Okay, so that will bring you up to speed. So in today's class, we are going to learn how to draft the upper bodice. So the upper body is a yoke, is a tube, rather a tube, a bustier tube. That is what we are learning right now. And then in the next class, we'll learn how to draft the yoke jackets. Okay, so do well. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe to the channel. Give a thumbs up, give a like. Let us know where you are watching from, so that you will also get notification when we are having the next class. It is very imperative for you to subscribe, give a thumbs up, give a like, click on the bell, so you get notification when the next class is up. Okay, so without so much ado, we'll just go into the drafting. Please give a like, give a thumbs up, let us know where you are watching from, and don't forget to ask your question. Okay, so this is our pattern paper. We have our rulers, okay, and then we have a pencil. Okay, this is the breast cup that we are going to be using for this project. We are using a breast cup for it. Okay, we are using the breast cup. So we just go by drafting. So this point, we are drafting an off shoulder. We are using an off shoulder pattern. It's a tube, right? It's a tube. So the first thing we are going to do is to put out 6 inches. Okay, that is how low we want it to be. Don't forget, when you are drafting an off shoulder, you are at liberty to take away between 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. Okay, so this is subject to how low you want the off to be, how off you want it to be. So in today's class, we are not going to do 4 inches, we are not going to do 5 inches, we are going to do 6 inches, because we are going to make a yoke jacket, on top of it. Okay, so the first rule is to determine how off you want your your tube to be, and then you place it up there. So we are using this line as our origin line, is our starting line, because it is neat and straight. Okay, it is neat and straight. So we are putting up our tape rule at 6 inches. Okay, we are putting up our tape rule at 6 inches, and then we are going to measure our bust points. Okay, so the bust points for this project is 11.5. I explained something last week when you are doing your measurements. Okay, how you add 0.5 inch to your measurements, because when you are going to attach these bodies now to the lower body, okay, you are using a 0.5. So at each point we place our tape rule. At each point we are taking our vertical measurement, the measurement that goes like this, from your shoulder to your bust, from your shoulder to your waist, from your shoulder to your hip. They are known as your vertical measurements. So when you are doing your vertical measurement, please do well to add your 0.5 inch. It works well for me, and I believe it will do same for you. So our bust point is 11.5 inches. We are going to add the 0.5 to make it 12 inches. Okay, so this is our 12 inches, and we extend it up onto this point. Okay, I am going to make this tutorial as simple as possible. No ambiguity. Okay, that's what people like. No ambiguity, no confusion. Okay, so whilst our tape rule is still on 6 inches, we are going to take our under bust measurements. Okay, we are going to take our under bust measurements. Our under bust measurement is 15.5. We'll add 0.5 to it. Is going to make it 16 inches. Okay, but if, let me chip this in for you, if you are measuring your clients, okay, if you took your client's measurements and you forgot to take their under bust measurement, it's not difficult. Okay, just count from your bust. So this is our bust line. Just count downward between 3, 4 and 5 inches is if the person is very busty. Okay, but if the person is within an average size, 3 to 4 inches is enough for you to add to their bust to get your under bust. This is if you forgot to take your client's measurement. But please, as much as you can, take accurate measurement. But peradventure, just go ahead to add 1, 2, 3, 4 to the measurement. So if you look at this right now, our bust is 11.5. We added 0.5, it made it 12. Our under bust is 15.5. So if you can count 15, if you count 11.5 to 15.5, you will realize that it's giving you about 3.5 inches or 3 inches. So we have 11.5, 12.5, 11.5, 12.5, 13.5, 14.5, 15.5. That is 4 inches. And this person is of an average, a medium size person, or a medium size body. Do we understand? So go ahead to add between 3, 4 and 5 inches to your bust to get your under bust if you forgot to take their measurements. Okay, hope you copied that. So we are going to do 16 inches for our under bust. The half length measurement is 17 inches. Okay, 17.5 inches. We are going to add a 0.5 inch to it, so to make it 18 inches, and then 2 inches for seam allowance. Okay, so this is the half length right about now. So we transfer our measurements here so that it is accurate. So we have 16, right? We have 16, and then we also have, what do we have here? What do we have here? 17.5, 18 plus 2 for seam allowance, making 20. Okay, so this is our vertical measurement. So I'll just go ahead to connect these lines together. Please do well to ask your question at any point. Do well to ask your question at any point. Give your thumbs up so I know you are here and you are following us. Okay, give a thumbs up, give a thumbs up, ask your question. Okay, so this is the under bust and this is the bust points. Okay, this is the bust point. Don't forget, we are going to introduce our side bust dart, and we are going to close it. So if you do not know how to close your side bust dart, you don't know how to get your side bust dart, and you also do not know how to close it, stay to the end of this class because it's an opportunity for you. So this is our hem, which is the length of our upper bodice. This is under bust. Okay, can you see properly? Are you seeing the pencil properly? Oh, are you seeing the pencil properly? Are you seeing properly? Let me know. This is our bust points. Okay, bust points. Okay, that is our bust points. So right about now, we are going to take our darts so that we can contour our bust. Okay, so if you check on the channel, I taught how to get your nipple to nipple measurements. So I have my nipple to nipple measurements here. It's not as if I don't have, but I will teach you how to get your nipple to nipple measurements. Okay, so for instance, again, you measure your clients and you forgot to take their nipple to nipple measurements. How do you ascertain that? Now, what you will do is to get your bust circumference. Okay, where is my calculator? Get your bust circumference. The bust circumference for this project is 38 inches. Okay, you get your bust circumference and then you divide it by 6. Okay, you divide it by 6. So 38, right, divide 6. What we have is 6.333, which of course you can approximate to 6.5. So after doing this, after getting this, you will add 1 inch to it. Okay, you can add between 1 inch or 2 inches, but I'm just going to add 1 inch to this plus 1. Okay, 38 divide 6 equal to, what we have is 6.3, approximately 6.5. I'm going to add 1 to it plus 1. So we have 7.33, approximately 7.5. Okay, this is how to get the distance between your nipple to nipple, your bust span. Okay, those are the names that they are called: nipple to nipple, bust span, distance between nipples. Okay, hope you have written this down. No, these lectures don't come in every day like this. Okay, so what we have is 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. Now, to get our dart leg, we are going to divide that 7.5 by 2. So if you divided 7.5 by 2, what we have is 3 point something something something. So divide 2. Okay, 3.6666. Okay, so we will approximate it to 4 inches. Do you understand? Give a thumbs up if you understood what we just did here. Give a thumbs up. Let me know you understood. Okay, so our dart now is 4 inches. All right, so we are using 4 inches for our dart leg. So I am going to impute my 4 inches, but don't forget, when imputing this 4 inches, when you cut, you are going to use a 0.5 to join one piece to the other piece. Okay, you know, when we divide this now, this is going to be different. The side panel is going to be different from the center panel. So I'm going to go ahead to add a 0.5 to it to make it 4.5. Do you understand how we realize all these measurements, guys? So we're using 4.5. Please, who can tell me how we got our nipple to nipple measurements? Somebody should write it on the comment section, the formula and how we got it. Write it on the comment section. The first person to write will get a call from me. Okay, so we are imputing our dart leg here, and then we are going to connect. Okay, we are going to connect with a straight row. We are going to connect with a straight row. So I said somebody should tell us how we got this nipple to nipple measurement. Somebody should tell us what was the formula we used. Go ahead and tell us how we got it. By doing so, it will stick, okay? Be a student that participates in class. And if you are watching this tutorial, if you are live with us and you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe and give a thumbs up, okay? So after doing this, now we are going to contour our under bust, okay? So because the under bust the bust measurement is 38, we are going to use a 1.5 inch to 2 inches to contour our under bust. That 2 inches, we are going to impute 1.5 here, okay? We are going to impute 1.5 here like this, and then we are going to impute 0.5 here, okay? And then whatever we have here, we'll bring it down here. So 1.5 here, okay? 1.5 and then 0.5 here, and then we are going to connect it. Don't forget, we are contouring the under bust, okay? We are contouring the under bust. I haven't seen anybody answer the assignments I gave. What is the formula we use to get our nipple to nipple? What is the formula we use to get our nipple to nipple? Nipple to nipple formula, what did we use? Somebody should write it down, okay? So we are going to connect from here now with a curve to our bust. Don't forget, okay, if you are using a free hand to connect, if you don't have all your bust curve and all of these rulers, please go ahead to come down by 1 inch. Come down by 1 inch, okay? So that when you connect with this curve, you will stop by this 1 inch. This we avoid and eliminate pointiness around your bust points. Do you understand? But because we have our curve, we are just going to nicely do our curve with our ruler, you see. So this curve ruler does all the work for you. As you can see, it didn't get to the bust points. Do you understand? We do the same to this, which is the 0.5 measurement. We connect it to the dart leg this way, connect it this way like this, okay? We are done with this part. So we are eliminating this, okay? We are cutting this away. We are cutting this away, okay? So we'll come to the upper chest. We'll come to the upper chest, and we will also contour it to prevent it from gaping, okay? We'll contour it to prevent it from gaping. So we can use the same 1.5 we used here and use 0.5 here, or we can use 0.25 here and use 0.75 here. This is what we are going to do. So we are going to do 1.25 here, okay, 1.25 here like this, and then 0.75 here like this, okay? And then we are going to connect it back into our dart leg, okay? We are going to connect it back into our dart leg like this, okay? Again, if you are using a free hand, please come up here by 1 inch so that when you connect, it will not get to your bust point. But if you are using your ruler, hey, you are safe, okay? So I'll just connect like this, as you can see. I'll connect like that and then connect like this too, okay? I'll neatly and nicely connect it like this, right? So we are taking this part away, okay? And then we are also taking this part away. Don't forget, we are going to introduce our side busts. Okay, it's very important to give you a proper curve. The bust is properly curved, and contoured. So the next thing we are going to do now is to impute our shoulder measurements, right? So the shoulder for this project is 16 inches. We'll divide it by 2, and then we'll have 8. Okay, we'll have 8. So because it's a tube, if it were to be a normal shoulder, what do you call it, off shoulder that is going to have a sleeve, all I need to do is to impute my shoulder measurements of 8 inches here. Okay, and then I will come in by 2.5 inches. I will deduct 2.5 inches away from my shoulder measurement, and whatever is remaining, I'll impute it here, and we are good to go. Okay, but this is a tube. It goes round the underarm and all. So I am going to impute my measurements, my shoulder measurements, divide by 2, and then when we are done stitching, we eliminate, we cut off every what do you call it, excess that is left. So this is 8. What we have here is 2 inches. 1.25 and 0.75 makes it a total of 2. We have to replace it here like this. Okay, so this is now our new shoulder line. So because it's a tube, we are not going to use a sleeve or an armhole measurement. Do you understand? What I will do is I will just come down here by 1 inch, just to create a small armhole, for the tube. Is a tube and not a dress with sleeve. Okay, is a tube, an off shoulder tube. So I just came down by 1 inch, and then I will use that to create my armhole. Okay, if it were to be a tube that we have a sleeve, we took off 6 inches. The armhole is 8 inches. Impute the remaining 2 inches, but this is without sleeve. So I just came down by 2 inches, and then I will use my curved ruler and create my, you can just do something like this. Okay, something very light. Okay, this is all you need to create a little armhole, because it's a tube. But if you want to use your ruler, you are also at liberty. Okay, I explore all options for benefit of people who don't have some of these things. Okay, so this is our armhole. All right, that's the armhole. So right about now, if we were going to have, what do you call it, a sweetheart neckline, it is at this point that you will create your sweetheart neckline. You determine how low you want your sweetheart to be, and then you create it. But I don't want this to have a sweetheart, or should I? Okay, so this is how to create your sweetheart. Okay, if you want a sweetheart neckline, just like this. Okay, so like this, now we have successfully created a sweetheart neckline. All right, so we are going to impute our measurements. Okay, we're going to impute our horizontal measurements at this point. Okay, are you understanding everything I am doing here? Please give a thumbs up so I know that I am not communicating to myself. Okay, let me know you understand. Ask your question so I know that I am not on this alone. After all, I didn't come here to teach myself. I have already known it, at least a little I know. I am here to teach people who are still learning at least this process. Okay, so communicate, give a like, give a share, give a thumbs up. Okay, invite people to join the class. So we are going to impute our what do you call it, measurements. So we'll start by imputing our bust. Our bust measurement is 38 inches. We are going to divide that by 4. 38 divide 4. What we have is 9.5 inches. So this 9.5 inches, okay, I will go ahead to add 4 inches to it. Is imperative, okay. At the end of the class, or when we stitch, I will cut off the excess, because all of this we need extra inches to join from this piece to this piece, from this piece to this piece, and all of that. So we need inches to join from this one to this one, okay. So what we have is 9.5. 9.5. I'm making it very simple for us, and then I added 4 inches to it, okay, and it gave me 13.5. all right, don't forget we didn't deduct anything from the bust, but because we are going to join this to this, when we use 0.5 here, 0.5 here to join this to this, we'll be left with 3 inches from the 4 inches we added, okay. We are also going to use lining to turn. By the time you use lining to turn 0.5, 0.5, you'll be left with 2 inches. So that 2 inches is what you are going to play around with when you are shaping. Do you understand? So it's better to be safe than to be sorry. So the under bust measurement, is 30 inches. Divide 4, you're going to have 7.5 inches, okay. Now 7.5 inches, this contour we did is 2 inches. That is going to make it 9.5 inches because we need to replace it. And then 0.5 to join this to this and this to this, that's 1 inches. So that will give you 10.5 inches plus your regular 2 inches that you will add. That will give you 12.5 inches, okay. Hope you are understanding. 12.5 inches. And then for the waists, the half length is 34 inches, okay. So if you divide 34 divide 4, what you're gonna have is 8.5. 8.5 plus 2, you have to replace this, so that's 10.5 plus 1 inches to join this and this, that is 11.5 plus your 2 inches for your seam allowances, that is 13.5. So it's almost the same with your underbust. They are usually almost the same anyways. So we do this, okay. Don't forget we are going to close the side bust darts, all right. We are going to close the side bust darts. So I am extending this line, and then I am going to connect, right. I'm going to connect. Okay, so at this point we are almost done drafting this upper bodice, all right. So in closing our side bust dart, this is your bust points, okay. So the difference between your back half length, when you measure your back half length, right, and your front half length, the difference between the two is what we use as the side bust darts. Do you understand the difference between the two? So now the difference between this client's back half length and front half length is 2 inches. Now this is also going to affect our back panel, so stay tuned and watch us draft the back panel so that you are fully equipped. So come down here by 2 inches, okay, for our side bust. 2 inches. This is the 2 inches. I took my 2 inches and then I am going to connect it into my bust points, okay. So we are also going to cut this away, okay. This measurement right about now is going to affect the back drafting, okay? So we'll just go ahead and cut this off, and then we draft the back. How many people have answered my question? Have you done the assignments? The assignment is, because I'm going to give you another one now. The assignment is, what is the formula we use in calculating in getting our nipple to nipple? That is the first assignment. The second assignment is, how did we get our side bust darts? How did we get our side bust darts? Please go ahead to answer the question, so I am sure that you are following, okay? How did we get our side bust darts? 1, 2. How did we get our nipple to nipple? If you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. So we are going to draft the back panel. The back panel will be quicker, it's simpler and easier. But you have to watch so that you see how we use our side bust darts for our back measurements. It is very important. Who is answering the question? Who is answering the question? How many people have given a like? Let me know if you are learning from this class. I'm trying to open the wool gum because we need it to close our side bust. Okay guys, we are going to be closing our side bust darts. So you come here. This is the little armhole we have. Right? I'm going to slice it open like this. Okay, but I'm not going to slice it through. I will use my gum. I will apply my gum. So don't forget, when we close this darts like this now, this side will be shorter than what we had earlier. Do you understand? So we have to look for how both the front side and the back side will be equal. Okay. So like this, guys, we have successfully closed our side bust. Successfully close our side bust. So when I was drafting, I intentionally left this little piece here. So I'm just going to cut it out, as you can see. Okay, we have, this makes your bust to sit very beautifully. So we are just going to go to the, don't forget I said this is going to affect your back, so watch how we do this. Okay, I bring back the same paper. Okay, I bring back the same pattern paper. Okay, pattern paper. Now we are just going to be quick about this. Our bust points. Our bust point was, we are not going to do under bust because it's the back panel. Okay, so not under bust. So our bust point was 12 inches. So place at say pro at 6. Okay, our bust point was 10 inches. All we need is just the bust and length. Our bust point was 10 inches. Okay, now the length we used was 20 inches. The total length was 20 inches. Okay, because what we did, our length was, our half length was 17.5, right? We added 0.5 to it and it became 18. Okay, it became 18. And then we also added 2 inches for seam allowance at the bottom. It became 20. Okay, so now this is the thing. Your under your half length was 18 inches. Our under bust, our side bust measurements, what did we use here? Who can tell me what we used here to close our side bust? Quickly write it on the comments. What did we use to close our side bust, and how did we get it? So I said how you get your side bust is the measurement between your back, the half length, the measurement between your back half length and your front half length. Do you understand? So the front half length for this was 18 inches. The back half length was 16 inches. If you minus 16 from 18, what we have is 2 inches. The 2 inches is what we use to close our side bust darts. Okay, now that 2 inches, I'll take this away. That 2 inches, now we are going to minus it from our half length. This back half length, so we are going to minus it. Okay, so our front half length was 18 inches. So when we minus 2 inches, which is what we use for here, from 18 inches is going to be 16 inches. Okay, so this is 16 inches. And then we'll go ahead to add 2 inches for our seam allowance. Okay, do we understand? So making it 18. Do we understand? Do we understand? If you don't understand, ask questions, so because very soon now you will pay for this class. If you don't understand, ask questions. Okay, ask your question. No, so I'll just connect it like this. I'll just connect it like this, and then we'll impute our horizontal measurement, which is our circumferences. But before we do that, we'll take away 2 inches for our zippers. Okay, don't forget, we're also going to be teaching you how to eliminate the bulge around your back. Okay, you're learning a lot from this channel, though. Do well to recommend this channel to others. Okay, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Besides, I'm talking since morning, it's not easy. So this is zipper. Okay, this is zipper. All right, so we are going to bring our neckline. Okay, we are going to bring our neckline. What we use for our neckline, we are going to bring our neckline. What did we use for our neckline? We use 8 inches. We are going to impute our 8 inches here. Okay, the back does not have contour. Okay, so and then we'll bring this. We'll bring this here so that it is equal. You can trace. Okay, it's the same thing, front and back. Okay, this is what we have here. Okay, so right about now you may choose to want the back to be lower. Okay, if you want the back to be lower at this point, you just come down by either 1 or 2 inches depending on how lower. Don't forget we've already deducted 6 inches, so I am going to come down by 1 inch so that is a little more lower. Okay, 1 inch like this. I'll bring the same 1 inch here. Okay, and then I'll grab my curve ruler and connect it with a slight curve like this. Okay, so the arm O, I'll just connect it like this with a slight curve to the arm O. Do you understand? Ask your questions. So ask your questions. So this is for the back. Okay, and then I use a straight rule to connect it into the zipper like this. All right. Okay, so our darts, you remember how we got our darts, right? I don't need to repeat how I taught you how we got the darts. I'll just impute our 4.5 inches for the darts. Okay, 4.5 inches, 4.5 inches, 4.5 inches. So you can go ahead and tell us what you want us, what tutorial, what style you want us to do a tutorial on. Okay, go ahead and tell us what style you want us to do a tutorial on. So how do you know where your back dart should stop for something like this? Okay, I'm going to place my tape rule here, 6 inches, and then come down by 3 inches. I want it to stop at 9 inches. So this is where my dart is going to stop. Okay, 9 inches. So I'm going to connect like this. Do you guys understand what we are doing here? Do you understand? You people are not talking. And then we are going to deduct 0.5 for our darts. Okay, 0.5 0.5. If people are not talking, I will not come back and do another live class. So you people are quiet on me and I don't like it. I won't come back to do another live class, so because you need to be giving me ginger. Ginger, oh, ginger, guys, ginger. Give me ginger, okay? Don't be quiet on me. I will not come back to do another live class, so, okay? If you are not participating in this class. So I connect my darts. I connect my darts like this. Okay? We are going to be cutting this off. Okay, so right about now we are going to impute our circumference. So the back panel does not require so much allowances, you know, the extra allowance that we added, like the front. So the bust is 38 divide 4. What we have is 9.5, 0.5 here, 0.5 here to join. That is 10.5 plus 2 inches seam allowance. That is 12.5. Okay, 12.5. We need to extend this. 12.5. And then the half length circumference is, what did we use? What did we use? What did we use? What did we use? 34. So 34 divide 4, 8.5 plus 1. This darts, we have to replace it. That's 9.5. 0.5 here, 0.5 here to join. That's 10.5, right? Plus our 2 inches. That is 12.5. But I'll just go ahead to use 30 inches. So after doing this, we are just going to connect. Do you see that the back is very simple, not as complex as the front? So I'll just connect it like this. Okay. Please tell me what point you didn't understand in this tutorial so that I can lay emphasis on it in another tutorial. Okay. So basically we're done for the back. The last thing remaining here is to contour our zipper area to prevent bulge. Okay, so I'm going to come here. You can deduct between 0.5 0.75 and then 1 inch. Okay, it's very imperative. So I'm going to do a 0.75. okay, 0.75 there, and then I'll connect it up here. Okay, so we are taking this away. Do you understand? So by doing this, your zipper is going to sit nicely. So this that we just did, now we are taking it away, but we need to replace it back. Okay, we need to replace it back. In some other instances, it's very important, we also deduct from this bottom part like this and connect it back here. But I like doing that when I am done stitching and want to join to the bottom panel. Okay, I also have to take away something from here like this. Is very imperative. So this that we took away from here, we need to bring it back here, right? we need to bring it back here like this and then connect it back. Okay, see, I have to connect it back, connect it back, connect it back. You can join our Facebook group. Oh, it is Easy Sew DIY. I will drop the Easy Sew DIY. You know, is on Facebook. We have a WhatsApp group where tailor conveys. You can also request on how to join the WhatsApp group if you are interested. Okay, follow us on our Facebook pages as Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. Like I said, a lot is going down there. A lot. I dropped a lot of tutorials, sewing hacks and all. Okay, so do well to follow us on those platforms. We're on Instagram as well. Okay, do well to follow us on those platforms and engage with the posts. Okay, engage with the post. All right, so let's see if our front panel and our back panel are equal. That is very imperative. Okay, so we are taking this away like this. Okay, so we have eliminated the bulge. Now for this, I am going to cut this away. Okay, but I need to place it on my fabric to do that. Okay, do you guys want me to go ahead and cut this on fabric? Are you going to wait? Okay, when I place it on my fabric to cut, I am now going to cut this away. All right, but I am considering you guys, your data. Okay, so like this, like this, like this. So I'm bringing the front panel. Let's check it to the back panel and see if the sides are equal. All right. Whew. Teaching is not a small work, guys. So you see, can you see? Do you see? The sides are equal. If we had not deducted or reduced the half length of the back by 2, our front side pattern would have been longer than our back pattern, and that would have affected your garments. Okay, so guys, I'm going to transfer this on fabric. I'm going to transfer this on fabric, cut this on fabric, guys, and then record the sewing process for you. But don't forget, we are coming back on a live class to see how we are cutting the yoke jackets with balloon sleeve. That is very important. But till then, I would like to say bye-bye. Do well to subscribe, share, like, and give a thumbs up. See you guys in the next class. Don't forget to ask a question if you need any clarification. Okay, let us know if this class was valuable, if it was worth your time, and we'll see you guys again in the next class. Bye for now, guys.